Hey, Tao Ping Airlines Math and History, and we're going to be reviewing the power of zero. We're going to understand what the power of zero is and why it's a strange exponent. You might have heard some information from your teacher or by another source about every time you have zero as the exponent, the answer is going to be 1. So 8 to the power of 0 is going to be 1. That is weird. Why is it not 0? Because it's being powered by nothing. We're going to explain why it's 1 instead of 0. Like we're going to prove why 0 exponent is going to equal 1 every time. To prove why it's 1 instead of 0, we're going to do a simple multiplication problem that has exponents in them. So we have 5 to the power of negative 2 multiplied that by 5 to the power of 2. So if we do this, 5 to the power of negative 2, we'll get a fraction as 1 over 25. Because 5 times 5 is 25, but since there's a negative exponent, we're going to get 1 over 25. Or we can write the fraction in another way as 1 over 5 to the power of negative 2. That is two ways that we can write it. Since we're multiplying, we're going to have another exponent be multiplied too. So 5 to the power of 2 is 25. 25 over 1 as a fraction. It's easy to multiply when both numbers or both objects are fractions. And we can also write 5 to the power of 2 over 1 as another way of writing it. These are two ways that we can write it. So we cross multiply. Yeah, if we cross multiply, we get 25 over 25. 1 times 25 is 25, and 25 times 1 is 25. So 25 over 25 is going to equal 1 because it's a whole number. 1 multiplied by 5 to the power of 2 is 5 to the power of 2. And 5 to the power of negative 2 times 1 is 5 to the power of negative 2. But with this way of writing it, there is an extra step that we're going to be needing to do. Since we were multiplying in the beginning, we're going to have to add these two together. So 5 to the power of 2, then we add the exponents since we're multiplying. 5 to the power of negative 2. So 2 plus minus 2, so that's the same thing as saying 2 minus 2, is 0. Whoa! We have 5 to the power of 0. 5 to the power of 0 is going to be the same thing as 1 because the first way we wrote it is with the fraction, multiply that by that, we get a whole number. And if we do it by exponents in the fractions, we would be able to get 5 to the power of 2 divided by 5 to the power of negative 2. And when we do that, we would always add the exponents since we were multiplying. And when we add 2 and minus that by 2, we get 0. So 5 to the power of 0 is going to equal 1. That is a simple way we can prove why it's 1 and not 0. 0's power is not 0. It's 1. We won 1. Another simple way is saying 10 to the power of 3. That is going to equal 1,000. 10 to the power of 2. That is going to equal 100. 10 to the power of 1 is 10. But 10 to the power of 0 is going to equal 1. Just 1. If we go 10 to the power of negative 1 and 10 to the power of negative 2, we're going to get answers for negative 1. We're going to get 1 over 10. And for negative 2, we're going to get 1 over 100. Every time we go down the list, we are always dividing by 10, or we are going 10% Like this is 10% of that. That is 10% of that. That is 10% of that. That's 10% of that. And so on. This is another simple way y is always 1 and not 0. When you see 0 in an exponent, not only it equals 1, but you actually win the math problem because you know that it's always going to equal 1. So every time you see a math problem, you can actually fly by through it. Like, when you have 11 math problems to go through, and this assignment is due in like 5 minutes, and you have to hand it in your teacher in 5 minutes. Luckily, all of the problems have 0 in their exponents. So, pretty much, you can complete this assignment in less than 30 seconds. Because we can do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. When we see a 0 in our equation or a problem, it tells us it's always going to be 1 because it overpowers the other numbers. And it's saying, you can relax, you don't have to do any work, but just write the word 1. Here's an example of what you can do when you see the exponent as 0. On your worksheets.
And when you're done, I've made a tomato and clam juice smoothie to refresh it.
So that's what you can do if you see zeros in your exponents. You can fly by through the assignment and you can actually do it in less than 1 minute. There are many other ways that you can prove that the zeroth power is 1, but a lot of them are from calculus and algebra. We explained the most simplest way y is 1. How many ways can you find, or how many theories can you find that have the exponent as 0 and the answer as 1? Type in the comments below how many you found. Thank you for watching Taoping Airlines Math Industry. I hope this video has helped you. Like and subscribe.